Congratulations! You passed the first test. You know how to mate with king and queen against king. Now this one's going to be a little bit harder. Now you're going to mate with king and rook against king. The idea is the same, but of course you have a much less powerful piece to work with. First of all, we want to cut off the white king. I'm going to show you the most principled way of doing this. Sometimes there are slightly faster ways to checkmate, but the ideas I'm going to show you are what I want you to focus on and internalize. So first of all, because the black king is down here, we're making the decision that we're going to push the white king away from us, down the board. So black's first move is rook a4, cutting off the king from coming this way. White plays king d5. Now you have to bring the king to the game. King g2. White plays king c5. And you bring the king into the game. King f3. Now white wants to stay in the center of the board. He plays king d5. And now black plays king e3. The key relationship will be seen now. If white plays king e5, now the kings are lined up. If black checks the king is forced to move backwards. Now there are two basic techniques you could learn here. One of which is to play the move rook d4. This way you're keeping the king in this box like you did with the queen. And you can slowly but surely make that box smaller and smaller. That's actually the fastest way to do it. But I'm going to show you something else just so you can learn the idea. After you play rook check, say the white king goes back, king d6. And now you bring your king up, king d4. Now the king moves to c6. We've reached a critical position here. Again, there are two ways to go about it. One of which is to play the move rook d5. Now you see the white king is again in a very small box. He has to slowly move towards the edge of the board. The other way to go about it is to move the rook further. You could play the move rook to h5. This may not make sense right away, and I'm going to show you why. Remember, the thing we want to keep on creating is a position where, say, the white and black king are lined up like this. The king guards all of these three squares by which the white king could escape. Then the rook can leave that rank and check, and the king has to go further back. So if we're in this position, let's say you play king c4, then white could go back to where he just came from, king d6. Then black could play king d4, white can play king c6. Black hasn't made any progress. The key to the quiet move, rook h5, is that now it's white's turn. This is using the theme again of Zugzwang, forcing white to self-destruct a little bit. If white plays king b6, then black can play king c4. Eventually, white's going to have to run the other way, say king c6, and now the kings are lined up. Black can play rook h6 check, and the king is forced back one more rank. Say king d7. Then you play the move king d5. Now the white king can run either left or right. Notice, of course, that if the king moves back, say to c8, then black's next move is going to be to play rook h7, again, forcing the king to be trapped on the back rank. Instead, white will either play king e7 or king c7. He wants to stay off the back rank as long as possible. If he plays king c7, remember before if you play king c5 here, the king will just run back the other way? So here we need a quiet move. The move rook g6 works, just wasting a move. Because now if white goes king d7, then rook g7 check will force the king back one more rank. Instead, white will play king b7. Now you can play king c5. Now if white plays king c7, you have the option of playing rook g7 check, forcing the white king back again. So instead, let's say white plays king a7. As you can see here, you have the option now of playing king b5. Now the white king is finally forced to play king b7, and you can play rook g7 check, forcing the king back one more rank. But then the point is that after king c8, the white king can try to run all the way down here. This will take a few moves. Black has another option. At this point, we can switch our attack. Instead of trying to force him against the back rank, we can hold him against the side of the board. You can play the move rook to b6. Now the white king is completely confined. King a8, and you can bring the king to the game. King c6. The only legal move is king a7. And now we know what we're aiming for, a position like this. So in this position, you can waste a move. Rook goes back to b1, or b2, or b3, or b4. No difference really. If white plays king a6, checkmate. If white plays king a8, then king c7. The only legal move for white is king a7, and then rook a1 is checkmate.